4:19 p.m. First ride of the day.
Cobblestone center of this Scandinavian city has been declared off limits to 2019. The war on cars continues apace. On the European front, it's Fjord versus Ford as the Norwegian capital of Oslo takes drastic measures to curtail automobiles. The quaint cobblestone center of this Scandinavian city has been declared off limits to cars. That's right. No more free parking for you, Mr. Motorist, as the city plans to rip out 700 parking spots. Take that, cars. Just a hop, skip, and a Eurostar ride away in Luxembourg. It's a big win in the war on cars, and this postage stamp sign country becomes the first in the world to offer free mass transit for everyone. Luxembourg may be small, but it's thinking big. Here in the home front, there's a heartening tale. In Humboldt, Sprint, Pennsylvania, one Loretta Nesbitt left her house, got on a bus, went about her business, and returned home on time. This small act of mobility in the electric city will hopefully inspire Loretta's fellow Sprintonians to ditch their cars. Yes, you can liberate yourself from traffic, all by leaving the driving to someone else. So stay strong, America. The war on cars marches on.
So this is not Movie Tone News. This is the War on Cars. And I'm Sarah Goodyear.
I'm Doug Gordon. And I am Aaron Lamberson.
This week, we are talking about the neglected stepchild, the bus.
That's right. The bus is not sexy, but it is an essential and somewhat underappreciated weapon in the war on cars.
I will say I appreciate the bus. I love the bus. I ride the bus multiple times per week.
But do you think it's sexy?
It can be sexy. I mean, you can meet a lot of sexy people on the bus. The bus itself, perhaps, maybe not as
Sounds like you're going to get arrested on
No,
the bus.
the buses are sexy, and we have proof. We're going to play some of that proof for you later in the episode, but let's get some business out of the way first.
Yes.
If you donated to our Patreon campaign yet,
For a mere $2 a month, you can list at the price of the war on cars, get yourself a free stickers. For $15 a month, you are a captain, and you will receive free t-shirts.
yeah,
So bad.
it's a free t-shirt with a $15 donation.
The worst salesman ever.
Doug is a good salesman. Do you want to give it to Doug?
Yeah. You want me to
Doug
take
knows
this?
how to sell
All right,
shit.
here's how it works. You go to waroncars.org, you click on donate, that will take you to Patreon. You can donate $2, you get a sticker, $5 you get 3 stickers, $15 you get a t-shirt, $1 billion you get whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
That's right.
So please go to thewaroncars.org, click on donate to Patreon, and we will send you some awesome stuff.
Okay, so now we are going to get on the bus.
Everybody on.
And because we're in New York City, that might be a kind of a slow...
Yes.
Yeah.
Average speed of approximately 3.2 miles per
I was
hour.
going to say our podcasts usually are running about 28 to 32 minutes, which in New York is the time it takes you to go between 2 stops, basically.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was literally 1.5 miles
Yeah.
on the M42.
Yeah, you can listen to an entire War on Cars podcast in the time it takes you to get from 8th Avenue to 7th Avenue on an M14.
Okay.
All the way down.
Okay. We're not going to be in New York for this episode, actually. I want to introduce you to Cam Hardy.
A lot of people on this bus is on set.
Who is one of the founders of the Better Bus Coalition, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio. He is 29 years old, and he works as a legal assistant, and he is deeply versed in all things bus, and he knows all about all of the problems of the bus. I want to play a bit of video he put up on Facebook Live a couple years ago. It was taken while he was on a bus in Cincinnati.
Bus broke down. Didn't even get to leave downtown before the bus broke down. Metro supervisor here, so hopefully we get moving soon. But it's 10 till. I should be almost home by now. I haven't even left downtown yet.
So he posted that on Facebook Live. What happened with the video?
Well, it went, according to him, it went what he and people in that part of the world called Cincinnati viral. I mean, a few hundred people looked at it and it got some attention.
And then what happens? He founds this group, Better Bus Coalition, or did it exist before?
He founds the group with other people and started really actively trying to become a political force that would be able to get candidates to take stands on the bus, to work to elect bus advocates, and they've had quite a bit of success in that realm.
So he starts his activist career just with his Facebook video.
He had already been going to meetings about the buses. Like he's a long-time bus rider. He's always really cared about the buses. So when I called him, I wanted to talk to him about why it is that buses are so underfunded, why they're in such terrible shape. Cincinnati, that system has 13.8 million riders per year, and yet it's chronically underfunded like bus systems around the country. So one of the first reasons he gave for why the funding is a problem was the way that people see people who ride the bus.
There's a stigma that comes with riding the bus, and even the most progressive follow the stigma because some of the pain from sexy.
They are sexy, and I think that's why a lot of mayors fall for especially rail, bus systems, because they're shiny and new, and the bus is big and it belches out exhaust, and it's not exactly the nicest looking thing.
It reminds me a little bit of that apocryphal Margaret Thatcher quote. Do you guys know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Supposedly, Margaret Thatcher said, "A man who beyond the age of 26 finds himself in a bus and counts himself as a dead." But there is a stigma. There's like a real stigma that the bus is the second-class form of transportation in a lot of cities.
Well, it's because the people who plan cities see bus riders as second-class citizens, so it's a vicious cycle. I mean, you think about a place like London, or this type of Margaret Thatcher, the London of today, those congestion pricing, especially, everybody uses the bus, and buses are an iconic, the double-decker buses are an iconic part of London, as iconic as Big Ben. And here in the States, however, there is that stigma that you ride the bus, you're poor, and let's face it, you are brown, you are a person of color, you are not a wealthy white person driving to your suburban home from your downtown job. And so there is that stigma attached to it.
And Cam spoke to exactly that point.
Yeah, well, if you look at the statistics of our bus system, 70% of bus riders are African American, close to 60% of them are women who are traveling to and from work. So, in the minds of a politician, in my opinion, it's easy to exploit those people because they're less likely to be politically and they're more likely to deal with
It's interesting how often these transportation issues become so overtly about race and class, and I think that back a little bit to Enrique Peñalosa, who was the mayor of the 2000s, actually currently. He was spoke for the bus system that they were developing for both the county that it was going to be high-class, high-status system from everyone, and that it was in direct competition
Yeah, and Cam, again, actually talks about the issue of how public transportation is an equity issue. It's an issue of access to jobs and things that allow you to get ahead economically for people who don't have cars.
Truth be told, I could probably go out and buy a car for myself tomorrow. You know, but it's bigger. I don't own a car. I don't feel like I should have to own a car. You don't have to, a barrier to prosperity should not be lack of public transportation.
Yeah, that's it in a nutshell, right? Like, it is bonkers that the price of admission to most cities is an automobile. To living in society, participating in society, is a $40,000 car or even a $4,000 car. It is kind of nuts that that is the ticket that we charge you to buy if you want to participate.
It's especially crazy when you go to Ohio and you look around at the highways and suburban arterials that have been built even just in the last 30 years.
Right.
So much money is being poured into car infrastructure still in Ohio. That's the money that could be spent on these transit systems.
Yeah, there was just a study done that showed that Ohio is 14th in the nation for transit ridership, and it is 45th in the nation for spending on transit. So that's what Cam is up against. And in his own life, he talks about how liberating it is to not own a car, not just because of his stress level, but also economically, like what it allows him to do.
I know how to drive. I have a driver's license, but, I don't want to have to pay $200 a month to park where I work downtown. I just think that's ridiculous. $70 a month for a bus pass and $200 a month for a park. I'm able to put that money into my living, my quality of life, where I live. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I had a car, I had a crappy apartment. But I'm able to put that money into where I live. So I have a nice apartment. I live in a decent neighborhood, and things like that.
Yeah, it's like, then you can live in a decent place. Or, let's say you can't afford a $40,000 car. You're going to be driving a crappy car that's breaking down all the time that you have to pay to fix all the time, and it's stranding you everywhere anyway.
Look, even if you get a car for free gifted to you and the taxes are paid for or whatever, you still have to pay gas, occasional maintenance, even if it works really well. You have to pay insurance on that thing, a couple $100 a month, depending on where you live. So that adds up after a while.
Wasn't that the scandal of was, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. People were like, hey, I got a car, and then they got one.
We should do a whole episode deconstructing that moment, because I think that is exactly right. They got the cars, and there was a huge tax that they had to pay because it's like winning a prize on a game show. But yeah, it's all of these hidden costs that go into car ownership.
So Cam sees the upside of the bus, even though the bus system sucks in Cincinnati. But how do we get other people to see the upside of the bus?
First of all, you have to improve bus service, right? That's going to be the thing. And how are you going to improve bus service? The sad fact of America is that bus service in places like Cincinnati probably will not improve until rich white gentrifiers move into more neighborhoods, as they are in many places, including Cincinnati, and start demanding better bus service. Because, like you said, you have a system that's, you said 70% African-American ridership. It's not like there aren't a lot of people already reliant on the bus, but it's going to take people with the time and, frankly, the money to influence politicians. And at least the way it works in America is that a lot of those people tend to be white. So there is that.
And that is happening in Cincinnati.